Hey guys, Pink Bunny Girl 43 here. Today is day 2 of Smudge. So I just gotta say this speed paint is my new favorite that Rachel's done. The scene is of Smudge and Henry. If you don't remember Henry, I don't blame you. He's only ever mentioned twice within the first 20 pages of Into the Wild and then never again. But he's the plump brown kitty pet that lives with the housefolk on the other side of Smudge's house. Smudge mentions Henry to Rusty when Rusty first tells Smudge about his interest in going into the wild. See my play on words there? I'll read this scene to you from the book. It's on pages 10 through 11 of Into the Wild. Where are you off to, Rusty? Oh, hello, Smudge. You're not going into the woods, are you? Just for a look. You wouldn't get me out there. It's dangerous. Henry said that he went into the woods once. The cat lifted his head and gestured with his nose over the rows of fences toward the garden where Henry lived. That fat old tabby never went into the woods. He's hardly been beyond his own garden since his trip to the vet. All he wants to do is eat and sleep. No, really! He caught a robin there! Well, if he did, then it was before the vet. Now he complains about birds because they disturb his dozing. Well, anyway, Henry told me there's all sorts of dangerous animals out there. Huge wildcats who eat live rabbits for breakfast and sharpen their claws on old bones. I'm only going for a look around. I won't stay long. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. So that brief scene pretty much tells us all we need to know about Henry. He's a fat, lazy old cat that isn't quite the same since he was fixed. And Rusty doesn't believe that he's ever been into the woods, but Smudge insists that Henry once caught a robin there. This conversation kind of makes me curious to what wildcats Henry ran into, if that story is even true. Eating live rabbits for breakfast and sharpening their claws in old bones doesn't really sound like present-day ThunderClan activities. Perhaps he ran into some cats in the alley that would later join up with Scourge, or maybe Henry just saw some things and his imagination blew them way out of proportion. Alas, we shall never know because we never hear the first-hand account from Henry to be able to judge his validity. The only other scene Henry is mentioned in is on pages 27 through 28. I'll read them to you now. Please don't go, Rusty! I might never see you again! Don't worry, my housefolk will get another cat. You'll get along with him just fine. You'll get along with everyone. But it won't be the same! That's just the point. If I stay around here till they take me to the cutter, I won't be the same either. The cutter? The vet. To be altered like Henry was. But Henry's alright. I mean, I know he's a little bit lazier now, but he's not unhappy. We could still have fun. This scene pushes the fact that fixing a cat changes them and makes them lazy, which I don't entirely agree with. I have 4 fixed male cats of my own, and since their trip to the cutters, they seem to have kept their same personality and curiosity for life. In fact, it's scientifically proven that fixing a cat adds 5 years to their life, and drastically decreases the chance that they'll die from a life-shortening disease such as feline AIDS. So get your kitty pets fixed. It's with their best interest in mind. This scene that Rachel's drawing today is of Smudge over at Henry's sliding glass door, and he has his paws up on the mesh screen, kind of pawing away, bugging Henry, who's content with sunbathing inside the safety of his home. I imagine Smudge came over to Henry's house many times in this fashion. Perhaps this is what prompted Henry to spin up some crazy stories about wildcats to stop young Smudge from pestering him with questions. And that's pretty much it for this scene. I hope you enjoyed it! I'd love to hear in the comments section down below if you believe that Henry truly traveled into the woods and met with the wildcats. And if so, who do you think he ran across? Was it ThunderClan or some other group? Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow with the next Smudge speed paint. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Until tomorrow, bye-bye!